will come around and go, okay, like Coach K, and go, the world changed. I got to change with it.
There's no doubt he will. And when the transfer portal era started, I was not coaching, but I remember, obviously I'm very close with Ryan Day in Ohio State and a Big Noon. We cover all these teams. The great teams had very little to no weakness. And I was like, and I remember spending time with Coach Day about it. He said, it's unbelievable. If you need a right guard after spring practice in the old system, you still needed a right guard in August. It wasn't you just wish a right guard into your program. Now you do. You don't wish them, you pay for them. So I don't think there's any doubt that, first of all, Coach Sweeney's won a lot of games. He's a smart guy. I know him well. At some point, I do believe. I think he already did this year. He took some transfers this year. They're easing into it because I still think they got a hell of a team. For some reason, Klubnik's not playing well. For some reason, their team I think they will. I think their schedule is going to lighten up here, and they'll go on a run, and they'll get it figured out.
Final question. You may get mad at me like Brian Kelly with one of those Louisiana reporters. Here's my final question. So this week, I saw Pete Carroll coach Harbaugh, and they had a lot of trouble. He was the Michigan coach.
1-1. He might have hit one out of the ballpark there. Out to right and deep. Second deck. He squared the bunt 2 pitches ago. And Kyle Stowers rips number 16 into the seats. Tied at 1, bottom 2.
Miami Marlins baseball is on deck.
Pitch to Connor Norby. He drills out to right center and deep. Frelick back. Track wall. It is gone. Connor Norby. He's getting right. 1-1 pitch. That one hammered out to left center field and deep. Martian Rojas back. They're looking up, and it's gone. Wag attack. A 2-run homer.
Marlins on deck. Brought to you by ADT, the official smart security partner of the Miami Marlins and Norwegian Cruise Line. Experience more at sea. Let's head out to the ballpark. Here's your host, Steven Strong.
Phenomenal job, Mr. Ahmed Jordan. Welcome. We're live from Coors Field in Denver, Colorado on what feels like a fall afternoon. 62 degrees, but most importantly, no rain in the forecast. The first 2 games of this series has been delayed due to rain. We should be full go here on this Thursday afternoon. You're listening to Miami Marlins baseball on the radio, Fox Sports 940. Miami, it's game 153 of 162, 10 games left. The Marlins, they have won 6 of their last 7, and today have a chance to complete their 4th sweep on the road this season with a victory here today. It is game 3. We're pumped to bring it to you. Series finale and the season finale between these two teams. The 72-80 Miami Marlins will take on the 41-111 Colorado Rockies. Sandy Alcantara, he will make his 30th start of the season. It marks the 4th time in his career he has hit the 30-start mark. He will go opposite Tanner Gordon, 26-year-old right-hander, who was dealt from Atlanta to Colorado at the trade deadline in 2023. He will make his 14th start of the year. We will get going at 3:10 right here on the Marlins Radio Network. Hi, everyone. Thanks for making Marlins on Deck a part of your Thursday afternoon with Jack McMullen and Gabby Sanchez. I'm Steven Strom. We got a sensational show for you. We will first hear from Clayton McCullough this morning. Sandy Alcantara will join the program with Jack McMullen. Sandy's been great, 3-1 with a 2.48 ERA over his last 6 starts. We'll get you out of the count with Alcantara and Gordon. Jack will jump in for segment 4. We got a couple of storylines we want to take care of. Our Expo question today at Marlins Radio and Steve's guarantee to victory. It has been a wonderful season for the Miami Marlins for plenty of reasons. You can look at individual, you can look at team, you could look at from a coaching standpoint. But for the Marlins on the road, it's been different for Miami, 36-38. And again, they're looking for not only their 4th sweep, but their 4th sweep on the road. We got a chance to talk with Clayton McCullough this afternoon on why he feels like his team is better away from Lone Depot Park, and if there's anything substantial, or is it maybe just coincidence?
Yeah, you mentioned sweeping is a tough thing to do, and on the road, I mean, you set out just trying to win series, and when you have a chance and you're able to take the first 2 games of a 3-game set and be in a spot where it's on the table to do, you think you just get through the year and you realize that's an opportunity there to do something that's very difficult. So I expect our guys to come out today behind Sandy and be ready to go and understand that when you have a chance to get a sweep on the road, to appreciate the difficulty in that, but then how important that is over the length of a season and how those wins really stack up.
Is it coincidence you're better on the road, or is there substance behind why you think you have a better record?
I don't know. I mean, I think it's sometimes you get on the road and it's just your group and it's kind of you against everything else, and there's a unifying aspect to that. I don't know if it has anything to do with how we've done on the road. I think hopefully we just tried to approach home game, road games in a similar manner with how we get prepared for those, and realize that that you just winning games and winning series is the ticket to putting yourself in postseason position.
All right, that was Marlins manager Clayton McCullough. Love the honesty. Sometimes you just don't know. I will tell you this: there is something to be said when you are home. And we're talking as broadcasters. There are a lot more distractions. You've got family, you've got friends, you've got people that want to come to the game. It takes away from maybe a little bit of the work that you do on the road. On the road, you're on your own. And some of these guys travel with their families and all that stuff. But there is a little bit of a unification. I think there's something to be said about that with Clayton McCullough, as he mentioned that. Like when you're in it, when you go into opposing stadium, and even the Rockies, who have lost 111 games, they have put together good crowds. I mean, 20,000 plus in all of these, or the first two of these games. You feel a little bit like us against them, and maybe there's something to be said about that. Again, Miami 36-38 on the road, 36-42 at Lone Depot Park. The other thing I did want to mention, because we have built this narrative about this series, the Rockies, the revenge series. The Rockies came into Miami and swept the Marlins in 3 games in the beginning of June. Since that sweep, Miami is 49-43, 6 games over since that sweep at the hands of the Rockies. That's the 4th best National League record since that time in the beginning of June. That is better than the Dodgers and the Padres, both teams that are bound to be postseason bound in October. So that is good to see from Miami responding after what was a low point, I would say rock bottom for the Marlins. You didn't know where it was going to head, but it felt like it was going to continue to go south, and the Marlins continued to battle their way out of it and then come together and be 6 games over since that time. We will break. Sandy Alcantara will have a big say on if the Marlins are going to sweep the Rockies. Again, Miami looking for their 4th sweep of the season away from Lone Depot Park. Jack and Sandy chat next on the Marlins Radio Network.
Humongous. Felt like I was in a Dr. Seuss book for a minute. First pitch to Liam Hicks. That one a ground ball. That's through the right side. That is a base hit. They're sending Marcy around third. He will come in to score. Throw comes back into the infield. Knocked down by the shortstop Tovar. And Augustine goes first to third. So an RBI single, and there is a free pass coming back to bite McCade Brown.
Luckily, it was a line drive that stayed over the head of Farmer.
First pitch to Javier Sanoja. That one hammered out to left and deep. Beck is back. That slams off the wall. Hernandez off on contact. He scores from second. Troy goes first to third. And Javier Sanoja blisters an RBI double to tie this game at 2 in the top of the 4th. Ready. The righty Brown gets the lefty hitting Marcy here. First pitch, Marcy with a roller left side of the infield. The shortstop Tovar, he's got it. He fires on the move. It is not in time, and a run comes in to score again. That is an RBI infield single for Marcy. It plates another, and Sanoja pushes to third. It's 3-2 Fish in the 4th. 30 home runs this year, 19 more than any other team in baseball. A 1 pitch, that one hit high in the sky, straightaway center field. Doyle had to drift back a couple of steps. This will be deep enough to plate Burke. The throw goes to third. Sanoja chugs in there. Everybody up 90 feet. That is a sacrifice fly to give the Fish a 4-3 lead in the top of strikes. First woman to ever call balls and strikes in a big league ball game. 2-2. That one hit well left center field. Doyle and Beck converging. Brenton Doyle covers as much ground as anyone. He gets to that with ease on the track in left center, but that is plenty deep enough to play Paulie from third. It is out number 2, but a sacrifice fly gives the Fish some breathing room. 5-3 in the top of the 72 games, barring something crazy at the end of the year. 1-1. Augustine takes off. He's at ADT.com.
Back here on a beautiful day from Coors Field. It's Game 3 series finale, and the Marlins will complete the first leg of this 3-city trip. We head to Texas after today's game, and then we will head to Philadelphia and then back home for 3 against the Mets. But the Marlins looking to sweep the Colorado Rockies here in their house. Sandy Alcantara, Tanner Gordon. Sandy's been awesome the second half for him. 3.34 ERA, 11 starts, 70 innings pitched, 5-3 record. And Jack McMullen got a chance to chat with Sandy before his start against the Rockies.
Thank you very much, Stephen. Sandy Alcantara is also playing media member right now. He's got the FanDuel Sports Network microphone here. I want to chat about your start against the Detroit Tigers, Mr. Reporter, man. I figure, though, you have the opportunity to ask a question, though, because you got a mic. Do you have a question for us or no?
No question.
Okay. Tell me about your start against Detroit. Obviously, there was some build-up there Friday night against Tarek Skubal. How do you feel like you threw against the Tigers?
Obviously, everything was great that day, so because we take the win and I did a great job. So, but yeah, great outing by myself over there, so everything was working that day. Two-seam was good, change was good, so, and I got the opportunity to watch the video a couple times between this start tomorrow, and I take a couple positive things from that outing, and hopefully I can bring it tomorrow in the game.
What were some of those positive things that you took? You mentioned, obviously, the two-seam, the changeup.
Yeah, the greenness that I was doing on the game, so location was tremendous. Breaking mode was great, and I just need to say those little things and just execute tomorrow.
Been so much fun watching you throw deeper into games and getting deeper into games, and I know that's what you pride yourself on. How much does that kind of push you through the 6th and 7th inning of these starts?
It's great, I mean, when you're able to go 6, 7 innings, you always give your team to the lead to win the game. So that's what I always been able to do. So early in the season, I wasn't able to go more than 5 innings, because I always get in trouble. But after the second half, everything changed. You guys can see I went deep in the game, 7 innings, 6 innings, and everything just came a long way, and because my patience and my hard work.
We see it with the changeup, but the two-seam too. It feels like you're throwing your hardest at the end of your starts. Where do you feel like that comes from?
I think my effort and my hard work that I put on my bullpen, on my Trump program, and inside, not just on the field, inside with my trainers, my workout routine, and everything just follow my routine to go to get all those results that I'm always looking for, and I can see it.
I want to ask you a couple more questions. I do want to say you're doing great with the microphone, so great job on that. Pitching in Colorado, it's a little different for you because you're not like that four-seam guy. What pitches do you feel like are most affected when throwing in Colorado?
I pitched hit a couple times, and I didn't have great outings, because the movement of the ball doesn't move great. But I was able to watch Yuri yesterday. He threw 5 quick innings just with 2 pitches, and I just need to watch the video and see why Yuri was doing it, and just do the same tomorrow and have better result than Yuri.
When you were watching it, that's going to be hard. 5 innings of one-hit ball, but that's funny. When you were watching Yuri in real time, what do you feel like he was doing particularly well?
I just watched Little Sandy, so I think every time I watch Yuri, it's remind myself in 7 years ago or 8+ years ago, so Yuri's good, man. I mean, he's been great. He's been growing, have bad start, good start. He never give up. He able to guide myself and ask questions. He got the pitching coach to work on it, and he just needs to be healthy and keep doing what he's doing.
Sandy, appreciate it. Go be better than Yuri.
For sure tomorrow.
Steven.
All right, excellent stuff, Jack McMullen, Sandy Alcantara. For people that are listening on the audio, Sandy Alcantara had a microphone in his hand. It was a FanDuel Sports Network microphone, so he was playing a little broadcaster, media member, whatever you want to call it. So that's what Jack was referring to. It was really nice to get Sandy. He was a lot more open, I think a lot more calm, tranquilo, Jack McMullen. I just thought that he did a nice job with the microphone, and he was I felt like when guys have the microphone in their hands, I think they're more willing to talk further because I think it's a comfort thing. No?
Yeah, I think he was just a little loosey-goosey yesterday.
Yeah.
It was good. And you know what? Like,
that happens when you're throwing well, right?
Right.
I mean, you know what? Success will breed comfortability, and it seemed like he was mighty comfortable yesterday. And listen, if holding the FanDuel mic is what gets him loose and talking, I'm in. Let's do it every time.
Sandy has gone at least 7 innings in 4 of his last 6 starts. His 2.48 ERA is his best 6-start stretch since July of 2023. We'll break. We'll get you out of the count with Sandy and Tanner Gordon. We're playing baseball at 3:10. Break, back in 2 on the Marlins Radio Network.
Felt like I was in a Dr. Seuss book for a minute. First pitch to Liam Hicks. That one a ground ball. That's through the right side. That is a base hit. They're sending Marcy around third. He will come in to score. Throw comes back into the infield. Knocked down by the shortstop Tovar. And Augustine goes first at third. So an RBI single, and there is a free pass coming back to bite McCade Brown.
Luckily, it was a line drive that stayed over the head of Farmer.
First pitch to Javier Sanoja. That one hammered out to left and deep. Beck is back. That slams off the wall. Hernandez off on contact. He scores from second. Troy goes first to third. And Javier Sanoja blisters an RBI double to tie this game at 2 in the top of the 4th. Ready. Now the righty Brown gets the lefty hitting Marcy here. First pitch, Marcy with a roller left side of the infield. The shortstop Tovar, he's got it. He fires on the move. It is not in time, and a run comes in to score again. That is an RBI infield single for Marcy. It plates another, and Sanoja pushes to third. It's 3-2 Fish in the 4th. 30 home runs this year, 19 more than any other team in baseball. A 1 pitch, that one hit high in the sky, straightaway center field. Doyle had to drift back a couple of steps. This will be deep enough to plate Burt. The throw goes to third. Sanoja chugs in there. Everybody up 90 feet. That is a sacrifice fly to give the Fish a 4-3 lead in the top of strikes. First woman to ever call balls and strikes in a big league ball game. 2-2. That one hit well left center field. Doyle and Beck converging. Brenton Doyle covers as much ground as anyone. He gets to that with ease on the track in left center, but that is plenty deep enough to plate Paulie from third. It is out number 2, but a sacrifice fly gives the Fish some breathing room. 5-3 in the top of the 72 games, barring something crazy at the end of the year. 1-1. Augustine takes off. He sends one high in the air, out to left and deep.
Hey, this is Eric Wagman, and you're listening to Marlins on Deck with Steven Strom on the Marlins Radio Network.
Well, great to hear Eric Wagman, and even better to know he's in the lineup today against a right-hander. How can you get this guy out of the lineup right now? He will play first base, and he will face Tanner Gordon, which is a good segue into getting everyone ahead of the count. But we're back here, Marlins on Deck, Fox Sports 940 Miami. Marlins are going to sweep the Colorado Rockies. Hello, everyone. Steven Strom here Thursday afternoon. Welcome in. Whenever you're listening, it's like late Thursday in Miami, early afternoon here in Colorado. Jack McMullen, Gabby Sanchez, they have your call at 3:10. Let's get you ahead of the count. We'll start with Sandy Alcantara, 30-year-old right-hander, who will make his 30th start of the season. Again, this is the 4th time in his career he's making 30 starts. That's a big milestone for any starting pitcher, especially here in 2025. It's hard to find guys that post every 5th day, and it's even harder to find guys that post every 5th day that give you a chance to win. 9-12, a 5.53 ERA, 161 innings pitched combined, 131 Ks to 53 walks. Sandy, he earned his 9th win on Friday against the Detroit Tigers. Remember, he went opposite Tarek Skubal, who left the game early. But for Sandy, 2 runs over 7 frames, 8 punch-outs, no walks. Let's hear what Clayton McCullough had to say as he bloviated about Sandy's performance.
Sandy, for me, this was from pitch 1 till the end. We know he's been on a really good run lately, but this for me was his most complete start. And you saw the 70 some odd strikes and 96 pitches. We looked up there at like 1 point after 3 innings, and the ball to strike ratio was, and it wasn't just the ball to strike, it was the quality of the pitches. It seemed like that he could really throw any pitch at any time. His changeup was very good. His breaking stuff, the ability to get it in the zone and then expand down below. He used his sinker well. So it was, really, you could tell pitch 1, it felt like he was just in a really great rhythm and in control. And another outstanding one, but tonight for me was the most complete from pitch 1 till the end.
Well, he's been in control the entire second half of the season. 5-3, a 3.34 ERA, 11 starts, 70 innings pitched, 16 walks, and 60 Ks. He only had 71 Ks in 18 first-half starts. Folks, he's making only his 12th start of the second half. When you talk about Sandy and you talk about the splits here at Coors Field, You look at the 7.56 and you go, no. Let's do some context here, folks. He started in 2019, 2021, and 2023. That's 3 starts here against the Rockies in Denver. The reason why it's a 7.56 ERA is because in 2021, he went 3 2/3 and he gave up 10 runs. That has ballooned all of this. But if you look at 2019, 7 innings, 2 runs, 2023, 6 innings of 2-run ball, there you go. That's why the ERA is at 7. He's had 1 blow-up start. Hopefully that is not the case here on this Thursday afternoon. Sandy will go opposite Tanner Gordon, 26-year-old right-hander, 6'5", 215 pounds. This guy's a big dude. He was a Braves draft pick. He was traded to Colorado on July 24th of 2023, 2 years ago in exchange for Pierce Johnson. He's 6-6 with a 6.14 ERA, 66 frames combined, 55 Ks to 16 walks. He does a nice job. He doesn't allow free passes. He did struggle against San Diego, or actually he was really good against San Diego. 6 innings, 1 run, 9 Ks. It tied a season high in punch-out. So again, for Gordon, he will throw a 4-seamer, a slider, a changeup, and a curveball. He has never faced Miami in his career. Again, this will be his first career start against the Fish. Sandy Alcantara, Tanner Gordon. We will break. We'll get Jack McMullen on next. We got some storylines to discuss as the Marlins look to give the Colorado Rockies a taste of their own medicine after sweeping Miami back in June. They can do it to the Rockies here in their house on this 18th day of September. Marlins on Deck continues. Jack's up next on the Marlins Radio Network.
Felt like I was in a Dr. Seuss book for a minute. First pitch to Liam Hicks. That one a ground ball. That's through the right side. That is a base hit. They're sending Marcy around third. He will come in to score. Throw comes back into the infield. Knocked down by the shortstop Tovar. And Augustine goes first at third. So an RBI single, and there is a free pass coming back to bite McCade Brown.
Luckily, it was a line drive that stayed over the head of Farmer.
First pitch to Javier Sanoja. That one hammered out to left and deep. Beck is back. That slams off the wall. Hernandez off on contact. He scores from second. Troy goes first to third. And Javier Sanoja blisters an RBI double to tie this game at 2 in the top of the 4th. Ready. Now the righty Brown gets the lefty hitting Marcy here. First pitch, Marcy with a roller left side of the infield. The shortstop Tovar, he's got it. He fires on the move. It is not in time, and a run comes in to score again. That is an RBI infield single for Marcy. It plates another, and Sanoja pushes to third. It's 3-2 Fish in the 4th. 30 home runs this year, 19 more than any other team in baseball. A 1 pitch, that one hit high in the sky, straightaway center field. Doyle had to drift back a couple of steps. This will be deep enough to plate Burke. The throw goes to third. Sanoja chugs in there. Everybody up 90 feet. That is a sacrifice fly to give the Fish a 4-3 lead in the top of strikes. First woman to ever call balls and strikes in a big league ball game. 2-2. That one hit well left center field. Doyle and Beck converging. Brenton Doyle covers as much ground as anyone. He gets to that with ease on the track in left center, but that is plenty deep enough to play Paulie from third. It is out number 2, but a sacrifice fly gives the Fish some breathing room. 5-3 in the top of the 72 games, barring something crazy at the end of the year. 1-1. Augustine takes off. He sends one high in the air, out to left and deep. It is gone. Oh.
The great Jack McMullen joins me now for my favorite segment of Marlins on Deck, segment 4, which is always storylines. Sandy Alcantara, Tanner Gordon, welcome in here to Coors Field. Marlins Radio live from Denver. Final game here against the Rockies and the season finale against the Rocks. But we will open up against them in the 2026 campaign. So we'll see them, I guess, in a handful of months. Sandy and Tanner Gordon will face off today at 3:10. And, Jack, I want to talk, Sandy, specifically about the splits. We have mentioned the first half to the second half, and I don't have to read out to the audience the entirety of the splits, but what is the thing that jumps out to you when you look at the first half versus the second half?
Yeah, I mean, number 1 is ERA. By the way, I look like a ghost. Am I this pale, or is it just the lighting?
It's the lighting.
Okay, it's the lighting doing me dirty. I feel like I've gotten some sunshine in Miami, living there for a couple of months now. Number 1 is the ERA. Sandy at 18 starts before the break had a 7.22 ERA, and 11 starts after the break had a 3.34. So he's 4 runs better in terms of ERA. A couple other numbers jump out to me. Batting average against. You see what that was?
No.
271 before the break, down to 217 after the break.
Wow.
So he cut the batting average against by about 50 points. The walk rate fascinates me. He was walking 3.7 hitters per 9 before the All-Star break. Okay is typically about 3. So he went from 3.7 before the break to 2.06 after the break. So he's really not walking guys when he was walking guys before the All-Star break. And my favorite, it combines on base and slug. OPS against him before the All-Star break, 779. OPS against him after the All-Star break, 621. That's a 150-point difference in OPS. Guys go from a fringe all-star to somebody that should probably be in AAA against Sandy Alcantara when you look at OPS before the All-Star break and after the All-Star break.
It is amazing reading those numbers, and I really can associate it with one thing, and it's command. I hate to oversimplify it, but it really is to me the command.
Clayton said the exact same thing today, right? You asked him, like, what's the thing? And he said command. Like, he had a one-word answer there.
Yeah, so it'll be a test today. I know that we discussed this in ahead of the count. This is a difficult park to pitch at, but Yuri looked good, and Sandy said, I'm going to do better than Yuri. So, okay, you got to go 5 shutout at least. And Ryan Weathers, I think he more talked about the Rockies ABs taking away the changeup. So I'm fascinated to see what the plan of attack for Sandy is against this lineup and against Hunter Goodman, who was 11 for 22 with 3 home runs. Enough with Hunter Goodman. We've had a couple of enoughs. Drake Baldwin, Hunter Goodman. There's a couple other guys on
Jackson
that list.
Chourio in Milwaukee.
Jackson.
Yep.
Oh my goodness. Let's do this. Who are we owing today for the first 2 victories? What are we looking at? What has led to the first 2 here in Colorado, Jack?
So
owed to
Yuri Perez on Tuesday.
Okay.
That game was entirely dependent on Yuri. And Yuri set the tone before the rain delay, and with 5 innings of 1-hit shutout ball, Yuri Perez did his job. And you wish that he could have gone 6 or 7 innings, heck, maybe 8 innings, but he was not given the opportunity with Mother Nature coming to play, but he went 5 innings of 1-hit ball. So that is my first ode to. My second ode to yesterday, like offense as a collective, but it's hard to tip your cap to an offense. Let me go Augustin Ramirez.
Okay.
Like that swing felt big, and it felt like it put the Rockies away.
Yeah, and 8 walks too. I thought that was another big number for the Miami Marlins from an offensive standpoint. A couple other odes, Ronnie Enriquez, back-to-back appearances. That's great to see from him. Seems like he's ready to go and healthy. He is going to be down today, I can assure you of that. Last thing I want to get into is Tanner Gordon, and you're probably looking at the lineup. And for the most part this season, Jack, we have seen when a righty is in the lineup, Clayton McCullough has been very fervent about putting in left-handed bats. That's not going to be the case, and here's why. The righty-lefty splits for Gordon. Righty's hitting 346 with a 918 OPS. Lefty's hitting 262 with a 776 OPS. Thoughts on the lineup tonight, Jack, and why you think Gordon has struggled against right-handers as a right-handed pitcher?
He's a 2-trick pony, to be honest with you. Like, if the changeup is his better secondary pitch, then he's going to be better against lefties because he can work the changeup away. But frankly, like, righties are going to see a 2-pitch mix. Lefties are going to see a 2-pitch mix. Righties are getting a 4-seam and a slider. Lefties are getting a 4-seam and a changeup. 4-seam is like the great equalizer, right? If the changeup's better than the slider, chances are you're going to be better against left-handed hitting, which like is weird to say reverse splits, but if you can't locate the change or the slider, and obviously it's not going to spin that much here and it's not going to bend as much as it typically does, you could be in for a really rude awakening. So I love the way this lineup is constructed today. You got the lefty Marcy at the top, and then you got the righty Augustin Ramirez. You have a couple of lefties in there, but like Wagaman getting a right-on-right start is big. Dane getting a right-on-right start is big. Like a couple of guys like that, it makes a lot of sense.
5 of the 9 hitters in Clayton McCullough's lineup will bat from the right side against the righty, Tanner Gordon. Jack McMullen, thank you very much. As always, Gabby Sanchez just entered the chat. You will hear both of them in about 13 minutes. Marlins are going to sweep the Rocks. We'll come back. We've got X-Poll question, and we also have Steve's guarantee, which cashed again, I guess, half. I predicted Augustin Ramirez hit a home run. That cashed, and then Troy Johnson collected 2 hits, but not an extra base hit. But maybe we can combine it. Maybe Steve's guarantee did hit. We'll just split it in my world. We're back in 2 on the Marlins radio.
Felt like I was in a Dr. Seuss book for a minute. First pitch to Liam Hicks. That one a ground ball. That's through the right side. That is a base hit. They're sending Marcy around third. He will come in to score. Throw comes back into the infield. Knocked down by the shortstop Tovar. And Augustine goes first at third. So an RBI single, and there is a free pass coming back to bite McCade Brown.
Luckily, it was a line drive that stayed over the head of Farmer.
First pitch to Javier Sanoja. That one hammered out to left and deep. Beck is back. That slams off the wall. Hernandez off on contact. He scores from second. Troy goes first to third. And Javier Sanoja blisters an RBI double to tie this game at 2 in the top of the fourth. Ready. Now the righty Brown gets the lefty hitting Marcy here. First pitch, Marcy with a roller left side of the infield. The shortstop Tovar, he's got it. He fires on the move. It is not in time, and a run comes in to score again. That is an RBI infield single for Marcy. It plates another, and Sanoja pushes to third. It's 3-2 Fish in the fourth. 30 home runs this year, 19 more than any other team in baseball. A 1 pitch, that one hit high in the sky, straight away center field. Doyle had to drift back a couple of steps. This will be deep enough to plate Burke. The throw goes to third. Sanoja chugs in there. Everybody up 90 feet. That is a sacrifice fly to give the Fish a 4-3 lead in the top of strikes. First woman to ever call balls and strikes in a big league ball game. 2-2. That one hit well left center field. Doyle and Beck converging. Brenton Doyle covers as much ground as anyone. He gets to that with ease on the track in left center, but that is plenty deep enough to play Paulie from third. It is out number 2, but a sacrifice fly gives the Fish some breathing room. 5-3 in the top of the 72 games, barring something crazy at the end of the year. 1-1. Augustine takes off. He sends one high.
Number 1 on your car radio preset and the new and improved iHeartRadio app. WINCA in Miami, WMIB FM HD2 Fort Lauderdale. Free never sounded so good.
10 minutes away from first pitch on the Marlins Radio Network, Fox Sports 940 Miami. Ahmed Jordan back in the studio hitting the 1s and 2s. Jack McMullen, Gabby Sanchez has your call in 10 minutes. Steven Strom, welcome in. So pumped to have you. And the Marlins are looking to sweep the Colorado Rockies. A little revenge series here on a Thursday afternoon. Sandy Alcantara, Tanner Gordon. Let's get to our Expo question today. Jack had mentioned it. Augustine Ramirez, he hit his 21st home run of his rookie campaign last night. His 21 home runs are the most by a Marlins rookie since who hit 23 in 2017. Make sure to vote at Marlins Radio. Gabby, do you know what time it is right now? Do you know what the next thing is up on the segment? Steve's selections. Okay. It's time for Steve's Guarantee.
Batter up.
Batter up.
Let's play some ball.
First pitch is moments away. Time now for Steve's Guarantees.
Yeah, ignore Gabby's laugh because he's got to put some respect on Steve's Guarantees because I have been on fire is an understatement. Augustine Ramirez, cash. Otto Lopez a couple of days ago, cash. Joey Weimer, extra base hit, cash. Steve's Guarantee today. You know who I'm looking at today, Gabby Sanchez, as you chuckle and don't listen? Dane Myers. This guy was robbed on Friday night. Who's out in center field? Who's the guy? He's unbelievable out there. Doyle. Enough. Doyle's out tonight. Great. Moniak's out there. I like Dane Myers to have an extra base hit. We had mentioned Tanner Gordon has a reverse split. Dane Myers in the lineup today, batting 8th and playing left field. Let's get him an extra base hit for Steve's Guarantee. Folks, I hope you got the itch for first pitch because when we come back, Jack McMullen paints a picture. Gabby Sanchez, he's ready to rock. Starting lineups in first pitch is right around the corner. Thanks for tuning in to the Marlins On Deck pregame show. I'm Steven Strom. Let's flip the M together, Miami. Marlins baseball, it is next on the Marlins Radio Network.